actually, I thought when we were going for a second, like him and I fought for second and third. And then I think it was second and third. No, for fourth, whoever was gonna go. No, it was second and third. Because he ended up getting third. But I mean, fighting him, he had me in a good position, and I just had this huge smile on my face. Not because I don't know, I was enjoying myself, but at the same time, I was also like, fuck yes, my student is ascending to I was like, I'm about to lose to my own student. And that actually brought me joy in a very weird way. But then he let up on the gas, and I was like, not today. Not today. He was really, really good. Of the new people, I forget his name. From Arlington, the black guy with an Egyptian eye on his chest.
Oh, is that Ira Haggerty, something like that?
Was it? I don't know.
I think that's what it was. That's what's sticking out of my head. But like White Mawashi?
Yeah, I guess so. There was two other black guys, and he was one of them. That's all I know.
I know
he was. I mean, if he really applies himself, I would definitely keep my eye on him. If he really applied, that was he had never, I guess they just started kind of messing around with sumo at the Arlington group. All of them do sambo, and so they're an actual sambo team. Two of the Arlington group guys came down to train with me, and they got obsessed with sumo, and so they've brought sumo to the Arlington Sambo team, and so now they're kind of doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, so there's another lightweight I want to talk about. Y'all talking about most of them. I want to talk about Corey because this is his first time I can think of.
What a comeback!
And what I like about his style in lightweight is he's doing that Ichi Yamamoto style of like coming out, thrusting and striking before like finding the position to win. And
he goes for the face.
So it's kind of
like this Nodoa.
Yeah, I think he caught. Who did he catch? He caught him like straight, like two hands, like face palmed. What was that match? I was like, oh damn, that sucks. I can't. Who was it?
I don't know. I'll find it later, big man.
Yeah. I think it was the guy from Houston, the shorter guy from Houston.
Jacob?
Yeah, Jacob. But anyways, somebody caught two hands to the face.
But I like the fact that he switched it up because almost everybody in lightweight loves to go straight for the belt. In fact, one of the reasons Justin is so successful because he likes to do that, start with that 3-point hit. He doesn't go straight for the belt usually. And then he knocks people up and out before they know what's going on. But they'll go straight for the belt. And so that cool thrusting thing, that's going to help him. That's going to help him in that division. I like that about him. I was excited. It was the best sumo I think I've seen Corey do so far. It was fun to watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Matt's still beating though.
Corey and I go back and forth like a lot, like all the time. So sometimes, like I'll just use my girth and other times he'll fucking do that uchari like right at the fucking edge and like I think I'm getting it, and then whoop, he just fucking dances me outside.
Oh, I don't know what that's like, Justin. And they're going back and forth a lightweight before. Isn't that right, Justin?
Yeah, and Corey's Nodowa, man, when he just goes for the neck and for the face, it's just kind of like But
my only critique for Corey as a senpai, off the tachi, don't crank back.
Don't crank back.
He loses a fraction. I noticed he loses a fraction of a second. He also hops up for the push.
He doesn't take that big step. He hops up, which means that's also going to stop him because his momentum stops. Instead of like taking that next step, he has to stop and then take the next step. Yeah. Which he knows. He's working on it. He's working on it. But yeah, lightweight. It was exciting. It was fast. It was fun to watch. Middleweight. There was nobody.
And lightweight women. Lightweight women. There was only one.
There was only one.
I love
middleweight women. There was nobody.
There was nobody.
So we're going straight to light heavy men. There was a few. I don't remember. I think there was 5 total or 6 total. There was 6 total. So
Yeah.
They had a round robin.
That was another interesting weight class. Seeing another one from Arlington, a guy named I think his name was Jose. I think it was Jose.
I got the
from Arlington.
Yeah, Jose Hernandez.
Yep. I had my eye on him watching that because this tournament was a lot of newer people, so I was like just trying to observe and just see who's got the potentials for nationals and this and that and I really he was one for me that stood out. I don't know.
I like Brandon Alexander's new style. I was talking about Corey's. Brandon Alexander starts doing the thrusting as well. He'll get 1 to 2 strikes to stand somebody up, and then he gets underneath them, which is amazing because before he always had a hard time because he's so tall, he'd just get too high on people. But
as far as development, Brandon's, he's up there. He's up there with Robert. He's training with Robert, so you can tell. We trained with him for a long time, so we can see the transition, but you can tell how much Robert is kind of rubbing off on his new style, and it's pretty cool, man. And Brandon's he's just a crazy positive person, and I love being around him. So it was good to kind of catch up with him.
Did he used to do karate or another martial art? Because I see kind of some movements, that he has.
There's a girl named Elizabeth. She is in the Mighty Eagles Club. She's going to the World Games on the U.S. team. She and him were doing some kung fu together, Tai Chi.
Oh.
And that's how she knew Elizabeth. And then he was following her and saw a post about me doing sumo and was like, I gotta try that. Karate, Tai Chi, all that stuff was like, whatever, I'm doing sumo. Sumo.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's actually what happened to me. I wanted to fucking I wanted to do sumo. I couldn't find anything except for, in Austin, and I don't have my crappy car wouldn't have ever made it to Austin. So I was like, well, I give up. I'm just gonna do judo then. But no, I got to do sumo.
Yeah.
I wanted to do sumo straight out of high school, but there was only in California, and I was like, I don't want to go to California.
Why you don't want to move to California? How funny you and I could have been on the same team.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
In Los Angeles, and then move back to Texas, and
back to Texas. Yeah, it's cool. We met here in Texas. That was badass. We met here, and then Texas blew up. As soon as we started doing sumo in Texas, and I don't mean it was all us. It was a lot of people, but we showed up and we're like, hey, I like you, and you're like, hey, I like you, and let's fucking do this shit. Okay, all right. So light heavy, we have some members of the Dallas Sumo Club. So we have to have them talk about the man who dominated light heavy in this tournament. Jarrett Tadlock, go ahead, talk about that badass.
Jared he's I remember talking to him about the first tournament that he went to. He said his nerves got the better of him. I saw him at the the Texas Classic.
Yeah.
And then he was just like a machine at the Texas Classic. I was like, oh, I could kind of feel, see him. He's kind of, dealing with those nerves. At this one, I don't know how he was dealing with the nerves, but it's almost like they weren't there. But he was just you could just see the gears turning. You could see his reactions. You could just see him he was focused. He was in it to win it. That was badass.
He wasn't in it to win it.
Jared is one of my favorite people to watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
I feel with Jared, I'm especially at the Classic, man. That was the time that he really turned it on where I felt like I was watching a pro.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Fuck, dude. All right. And ever since, and he turned it on again in this one. I think he kind of his first match, I think first or second match, he kind of slipped up, but then he turned it on solid the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, but even when he slipped up, he found a way to pull it out.
He still found a way to win.
He got an advantage again, and just it was great. Because I saw him slip up like twice, but he's still like just like, well, I'll just stay in. Okay, here we go.
Well, he had said
I was pissy that he wouldn't try open because I wanted to fight him. I haven't fought him since in almost 2 years now. I want to fight him again.
A lot of people didn't do the open. That heat, dog. It was. I was burnt. I was done. I was like, I cannot stay focused. And watching by the time of the open, we were at max 105 or something. It was
107.
We got 107.
Yeah, we got the
In the
107.
shade.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do no more sumo.
Okay, so that was light heavy, and this is a good time to take a break. We'll talk about some of the stuff we're drinking today. Justin is not drinking because he is getting ready for the World Games.
I am 3 weeks sober, you guys. This is torture, and especially hanging out with you guys. I'm literally drinking vitamin water stuff, or I've had coffee. Yep.
I want
iced tea.
Yeah, iced tea. Yeah, that's true. We'll get to you, Matt. Yeah. So I want to go with Texas stuff. So I went with Austin East Siders. Love it. Went to the pineapple one.
I love pineapple.
Right. Love it. Because my boy's not drinking, I'm going to finish this one, which is in my nice little Mighty Eagle cup.
Ooh,
nice.
That is swanky.
Show those off.
Y'all got merch.
And because he's not drinking, I'm going to have a second one as soon as I finish this. And I will get to Matt, who also isn't drinking for a very good reason. Talk to us, Matt, about your non-drinking.
Oh, man. Whenever I was younger, I feel like I just used all of my lifetime drinking tickets way too soon. I would do things like chug whiskey and chase it. Okay, so we drink the box wine, but we take the bag out of the box and then chug whiskey, chase it with the box wine. Space bag. I used to other than getting naked in public, at punk shows, I also would light my junk on fire, and I got too wild.
Wow. Well,
I was a little too wild, but no. So it just got out of hand. So I just you know what?
And stuff.
Yeah, I just had to chill.
Yeah.
But I feel like
lighting your junk on fire would probably be a nice little line.
But no, so I just sometimes I still want a beer, so I get those NA beers. Whenever we were at the after party, I was getting a couple of NA beers, and I've discovered some really nice ones. I still miss the taste of beer, but the effects of booze, I'm just kind of whatever.
Yeah. Understood.
So
but there's
talk to us about what you're drinking. I would love to hear what you're drinking. So you're the only one drinking with me today.
Right. So Jake from Grand Sumo Breakdown gave me a bunch of his beers that he brought down from Iowa. Some craft beers from the fine state of Iowa. This one here is it's by Peace Tree Brewing Company, and it's called Blonde Fatale. It is a Belgian style.
I love that.
8.5. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the can, and I can really tell it's an 8.5. And then after that one, I have another by Peachtree Brewing Company. It's called Get a Little Hazy, and it's Hazy India Pale Ale.
The hops.
Okay.
Jake, you were supposed to give me some alcohol. But I appreciate that you didn't. But I'm still calling you out for.
Okay.
I still have a bunch of the ones that he gave me. I can save one for you.
No. You keep yours. This is for Jake. You, Jake.
Oh, and I gave him. I don't know if you guys watched the episode that we were on with them, but there was a little contention over how I got the Sumo Kaboom Jam for winning the bingo that one time, and
Told me.
Matt was very jealous, which just made my skin glow and made like my heart flutter. But anyway, so I actually, I guess, felt a little bit of remorse that he didn't get any jams, so I made some cantaloupe vanilla jam for those Grand Sumo Breakdown boys. Yeah, it's actually really fucking
It is really good.
But I didn't factor in that it would be like over 100 fucking degrees outside at the Cowboy Cup. So I hand it to Jake when I get there, and the first thing he says is like, "Is this gonna survive the heat?" And I was like, I didn't even think about that. So hopefully it did survive and they got to enjoy that awesome cantaloupe jam.
Yeah, so what if her favorite Rikishi is Shodai, and Shodai...
I don't want to hear anything.
He grew up on a cantaloupe farm, you know, so she...
Hold on a second. Ma'am, you need to explain yourself.
Listen, okay, he's playing his own game. All right, he can do what he thinks he needs to do. This is goth solidarity. All right.
Okay.
That's true. They like. I haven't had Hobby. They're like the two guys we talk smack about every talk show. That's like their favorite guys.
If you follow us,
I really like Abby
too.
The
one person I royally shit on.
Was it Goedo before Shodai though?
No. Goedo,
he's like, we actually love Goedo.
Yeah, Goedo's old school. He's like got the old school fighting spirit, the samurai spirit. And he went out like a G. Like he wasn't sitting there Kadoban or teetering on Kadoban half the time.
Like seven down and suddenly like turn it on and get like 8. And you're like, well, why can't we see that all the time, Shodai?
That's like week
he's
one.
playing his own game. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He's doing his own thing. He's not doing Grand Sumo. He's doing his own sumo.
Dramatic sumo. He's telling a story with his sumo.
Yeah.
And she just thinks he's dreamy.
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, my boy Inho, he's he doesn't win all the time, but I think he's dreamy too.
Inho is pretty.
He's a dreamy man.
That's why I started following Jurio more closely. Was when I first noticed Inho when he came up to Makuuchi, and then when he went back down to Jurio, I was like, okay, I still got to watch Inho, so I guess I'm watching Jurio now too. And then
now I re-love you.
And a Tommy Fuji.
I love a Tommy Fuji. I just love his cheeks, his chubby cheeks. I don't know why I have such an affinity for a Tommy Fuji. He's just a cute little guy. But I just like he does these like scrunchy faces. And he just kind of has this little headbang too. I don't know. I just love the kid. He's a great guy.
Anybody who shows like I don't know, shows their like character and like. I mean, I'm a huge, Uda fan. Like,
Uda.
I mean, he's just like, he's like a Care Bear reincarnated. Like he embodies a Care Bear. Like, I don't know, even his little like, his like smell your farts. Like, I don't know, he's just
his sommelier sniff. Yeah, I was thinking more gummy bears though.
Fart. Like, I really do. If he just squeaks, like he just holds and he squeaks a little one out.
He's like, all right, I got this.
like those people who when you like weightlift or whatever, they bring salts.
The smelling salts.
Oh,
yeah. He just kind of like squeaks a little one and just.
It's his own smelling salts.
Everyone loves their own brand.
Cowboy Cup.
Cowboy
Cup. Back on track. Now, we're going to get to, now we have our little break. We're going to get to the most exciting thing, the Women Open. They killed it. It was.
Dude, what was her name? Christine or Christina? Christine. Dude, like, I had never even heard of her before. I did not know who this was, but she was so fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like, I was dying out in the heat, and so I was like, all right, I'm going to get as close to the dojo as I can and sit out in the shade, and I ended up sitting right next to her. And she was just super cool, super fucking nice. And then when she gets in the ring, she just dominates everyone.
Yeah.
Dude, she was so fucking cool.
Her skills were just a sight to behold.
And then and she's so fast off the tachi. Like everyone, like the girls were having the trouble, keeping up with her tachi. They were just like, she's just so fast. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, you're just gonna have to accept that part and try to meet her halfway.
Like, I had been thinking about like starting to do sumo for a while now. I have like health issues that I still need to work through, but like after watching her, I was like, okay, now I'm really fucking interested in doing this. Like, I want to learn how to do that.
About her, why you might not have heard of her before, because she, like Nicole, started off in heavyweight. She was like in the high 190s. Nicole's like in the low 200s.
That's right.
So they're so small compared to the heavyweights. Man, Christina just dropped that weight to get to that light heavy, and it changed the world. Nicole will be the same way because she's at the same level as Christina is. If she could just like drop, it's not easy. I know, especially when Nicole.
She's got a lot of weight.
A lot of weight
in place.
But if she can find a way to get down to that 177, she's gonna dominate too. And
I was impressed by Nicole. Like, seriously, like watching videos is one thing, but seeing it in real life was like, holy shit, she's good.
She's good.
She gets her tournament face on now.
Yeah.
And I am very watching her grow, like her sumo growth, like, and how she is before, how she's got her routines. Like, she doesn't know, but I keep my eye on her, and she's got her routines before tournaments now. Like, she's confident, and she knows, win or lose, she knows what she did wrong, or she knows what she did right. And like, she turns it on now. She's like, she gets in the zone, and it's no more playtime for her. So why, like, seriously, when she drops to light heavy too, she's gonna be a killer. She already is a killer, and she's one of the smaller heavyweights. Wait till she's light heavy, it's over. So, and she is like serious about it, like her nutrition, all kinds of stuff that is, by nationals. If we ever know where nationals is gonna be for 2023. I think she's gonna be freaking ready.
I agree. I completely agree.
She's podiuming. Yes, that's a word.
Podiuming.
Podiuming.
Then and Esty, because I saw when she was at the Wins tournament. So like from the Wins tournament compared to this tournament, her skill level is like gone way up.
And do you guys know she also does? She's training right now to do pro wrestling.
Oh, that is bad.
Nice.
Yeah, she already has a ring name.
Dustin Rhodes himself, son of Dusty Rhodes, is teaching her, and I'm like, go Dust, and I'm in there like, oh my God, that is amazing. She's like, he's the nicest guy, and I'm like,
that is badass. Holy shit.
She told me, actually, last practice, she told us her ring name. And it's a badass name. And I'm really bummed right now that I'm blanking on it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, SD. We'll put it down somewhere in the comments. Man, what is her ring name?
So what we need in Texas, we have 10 girls who sumo wrestle. We need to find a way to get them to show up to the tournaments. Right now, we get 2 or 3 to show up. We also need Houston and Dallas to start bringing some. We need to get. I want the women to be just as big and badass as the guys in Texas. I fucking want them there.
Yeah, Dallas, your team is gigantic and like one of the fastest growing teams in the U.S. Where the ladies at?
That's what I'm wondering.
My cousin Liz, actually, she goes to the Dallas Sumo Club, Keiko's. She doesn't, I mean, I don't know if she's ever going to compete, but if I start doing it, I'm making her ass compete.
Right. All right. So,
And then
you show up to a tournament with like a big sack with a body in it. You're like, I'm signing this one up.
Yeah. No, fight me.
and Drew Bramlett, I think he said it's his sister named Rachel. Like she was there. She was running the merch booth, and I've seen her on like a couple of like practices. But I think she's gonna start showing up more regularly and stuff. Like we were talking to her at Stephen Preto's house, at the after party. She was just like, "Yeah, I'm just working through some stuff right now, but I'm gonna start going to all the practices." So I'm hoping that if there's just a couple of women there, it'll encourage more women to go, and then like.
And one of the big things that really made me start thinking about doing sumo, besides just like, for my own health and everything, is back when we first started our podcast, I was searching around on the internet, trying to find as much information as I could about sumo, about what people thought about sumo, about what aspects of sumo people were into. And I was reading through the, what is it? Sumo forums fuck, whatever.
This is Sumo Punx. Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
And there was a thread on there about women's sumo, and there were all these fucking dudes basically saying like, nobody gives a fuck about women's sumo. Why even have it? Because like nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody's gonna care.
Me?
And I was like, okay, motherfucker. Let's see if nobody fucking cares about this shit. You wait a couple of years. But again, I mean, this is something that like I wish I could do right now, but like I said, I have health issues that I got to worry about. I still have like flare-ups and stuff because I had a joint condition. But once I get this shit under control, we'll just have to see what happens.
She's tough. But no, like women's sumo was fucking great. Like I like Eros Armstrong like impressed the shit out of me the first time I seen it on video. I was like, holy damn, And then Kellyanne Ball.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, there's just so much, with in the lightweight women, they're fucking mean. Holy shit! Like,
yeah, we've got I wish Ari was able to compete. Right now, she's got a shoulder injury that she's got to have a little surgery on. But the tiniest one of them all is she is fierce. She in her mind she's arrows and like in like a very teeny tiny body.
Yeah.
More compact package, yes.
Scary Ari though, Scary Ari has perfect form. Like her form is artful. Like it's just like she makes sumo into a beautiful art. It's like a paintbrush that she's using to do her suriashi, her shikos. She's just amazing.
Yeah,
shout out to you, Miss Ari.
Yeah. Jessica, Mighty Mouse, and Scary Ari fight is one of my favorite things. They both get the perfect koji. Just like right onto each other.
Oh.
The entire time they move each other around. It's so
if you go back and watch some of the Mighty Eagles practices with Ari and Miss Mighty Mouse. Like
hell yeah.
Fantastic. So I get what you with the the forums and stuff. The most surprising thing for me is not just that like there's so many people who say they don't want to watch women's sumo. The amount of women say they don't want to watch it and just shocked me when I got into sumo. There was like a third of the people going, no, we don't want that. We're women. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? First of all,
that would blow my mind.
I don't want to watch it. There's a lot of us who do. And secondly, just shut up. Let people It pisses me off. It is
the rage. The rage just
blinded. 4 women were badass. They worked fucking hard. Christina got first, Nicole got second, Essie got third, and Lisa fought a bunch of light, heavy, and heavyweights, and she fought her heart out with her lightweight ass.
She did.
She was getting tossed around. Love my little Lisa.
But she had a fire in her though. I could see it.
Yeah.
She always does. I love watching her wrestle. She does.
I think I remembered what my other point was. The reason why you might hear women who say that, or more women than you might expect say that they're not interested in doing sumo, I think, because I've thought about this a lot too, you know, I think it's a body image issue and like what would you even call that, like sizeism or something? But with sumo, the expectation is that you put on all this weight, you know, even though that's not necessarily the case in amateur sumo, especially. But in our society and in a lot of societies across the world, really, that's extremely detrimental to a woman's social standing. And so that can be a huge mental barrier to get over, even if these women, you know, otherwise would be really interested in getting in the ring and like, you know, fucking trying the shit out. It's just getting past that. Like, well, if I get fat, nobody's going to love me. People are going to make fun of me.
Yeah.
And it happens to men too, obviously, but it's
a
lot
different.
different.
It happens to men too, but it's.
I just
Men have the status thing is more about money and power and prestige. Women, it's a lot of physical stuff. But but I get a little bit because like when I started sumo, I got a lot of shit from a lot of people, especially big people, telling me I shouldn't sumo wrestle because don't do it because you're a big guy. Don't do sumo because you're fat.
It's fat phobia. And you know, for people who are already bigger, it's like internalized fat phobia. And that's something that, like I said before, I have a background in sociology. That's what I went to college for. And so these are the types of things that I think about all the time and that I study all the time. And just the overall what's the term? The overall messages, I guess you could say, that people get in our society can be more of an inhibition to people than most people realize. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of like saying the same thing again, but you know what I mean.
I don't know. From like, I love sumo. Yeah, I'm a smaller, tiny dude, whatever. But like,
And that's what I love about the lightweight wrestlers, is because they kind of like break that stereotype of sumo just being these like big hulking dudes, you know, and especially women's sumo. It breaks that stereotype of it being, you know, dudes. And then even with the lightweight women wrestlers and male wrestlers and anything in between, you know, you get all this variety. I didn't mean to cut you off though.
No.
Sorry.
It's like
Representation.
all the like it is the one sport, you know, with a shit ton of sports that have a specific physique that says, oh, that's an athlete. Like, I love the fact that this sport champions, you know, bigger guys. And I think that bigger men and women, I think that, like, you know, especially when I've been thinking about, you know, trying to recruit for like a youth league. Some of these kids, like, it helps the confidence for some of these bigger kids, like, to say that, like, you know, I'm an athlete and I'm like, I feel fucking great, you know, in my body. And that's something really powerful, especially if they, you know, and it's a safe space for them in, you know, when they come to practice and stuff, so that they can completely be themselves. And I think it's awesome. San Antonio's got, you know, a couple of little youth kids. One kid, he's a nut. I don't know. I think is that Justin's kid.
No, not his kid. Vinny.
Whoever he is, that little fucker. I love him. He's such a little smart ass. But I love that he's coming to sumo. I don't know, you know, if it is boosting his confidence or whatever, because he's already confident enough. That guy, his confidence is here.
Elizabeth's two-step kids, I think it's helping their confidence because they're the other two kids we got coming. And they're scrawny as hell. They're like pencil thin guys, but they're coming in there and they're fighting hard. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're trying. I tried really hard for 2 years to get women in, and we have a shit ton of women in San Antonio. I'm very proud of that. And now I'm trying really hard to get that youth people in there because I want that too. I want that. I want to go to Cowbuy Cup.
That's the next level. Yes.
That's what I freaking want.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my niece to come in to do sumo, but she did folk wrestling, you know, like at her middle school, and she just turned 12, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think she just turned 12, but she is strong. She's incredibly strong, and so I was like, "Why don't you come just check out sumo?" And like I showed her some videos. She's like, "Oh yeah, that looks super fun." But then like I still have when she comes down to visit, she likes to stay up all night. So by the time I'm getting up to go to Keiko, she's like just.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we kind of agreed with each other on like the point I was trying to get is that the more representation there is for people of different genders, different body types, especially for bigger people, you know, showing that you can be an athlete if you want to, despite whatever messages you receive from the world at large. That's important to me, and that's one of the driving forces for like why I've been thinking about doing it myself, and why I'm just so glad that sumo is becoming so much bigger in the US in general, you know, pardon the pun, but
Oh man, I love that. That's great. Yeah. No, I feel you because I know that my little brother, if you've watched a couple of the San Antonio tournaments, my little brother Casey, he's colorful pants on underneath his Awashi. The first time he came to watch us at Nationals, the one in Austin, he said afterwards, like, I have never seen so many big people, women and men, walk around this confident, wearing almost nothing. They're just like, no, we're cool. We're pretty happy.
I love that so much. That's so awesome.
That's how it should be. Speaking of, I'm gonna rein us